And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Well, with Lightning Awareness Week continuing, we've got another slide to show here. Safest place to be from lightning. Lightning strikes the U.S. 25 million times a year, which sometimes results in death or permanent injury. And you are safest, of course, indoors or inside a hard-topped and enclosed vehicle. If you hear thunder or see lightning, take shelter immediately. And from there, pretty much common sense stuff, actually. And from there, looking at the outlook for or today's thunderstorm activity, actually got a band here forming this afternoon over in the Yukon, extending up here into the northeast interior, and thunderstorms breaking out over the eastern Brooks Range, eastern North Slope. Actually, kind of some of that moisture getting out to Barter Island, carrying light rain this afternoon, or the last hour had some light rain there. And that extending in toward the Koyukuk Valley to some extent. And for tomorrow, the outlook, chance of some thunderstorm activity across much of the central interior here, south of the Brooks Range or north of the Alaska Range, extending all the way into the lower Yukon River Valley, up across the Kobuk Valley, and of course the Koyukuk Valley. And then that retreats northward a little bit for the outlook on Thursday here. A little bit stabler air moving into the Tanana Valley and 40 Mile Country, with still a pretty good chance of some isolated or widely scattered thunderstorms here for the lower or mid Yukon River Valley areas up into the Kobuk Valley, and not quite as, getting close to Selawik there, but not quite there. And then up to the Brooks Range, again eastward toward Arctic Village and Venati in those areas, and along the Porcupine River and toward Fort Yukon. And for the fire danger, a lot of precipitation, cooler temperatures, higher humidities moving in, so you can see a big drop off all the way down to low forecast fire conditions for Wednesday here in the central interior areas. And still some high, or still some very high, and patches of extreme fire danger up here over the northeast interior on up to the southeastern Brooks Range area. And then some high fire danger for spruce there in the Copper River Basin, a little bit here in the Susitna Valley, and another zone out here to the southwest. And from there, taking a look at satellite imagery, just a lot of loose, disorganized clouds here over the interior. We've got thunderstorms developing, as I mentioned there, over the Yukon and up over the eastern Brooks Range, eastern North Slope area, and also up through this area, and maybe back up in this band here, but mostly off to the east here. Otherwise, just some scattered showers here across south central Alaska with that band. Cloudy skies, areas of scattered showers, especially over the southern southeast coast. And a system here, low pressure, eastern Bering Sea, and a weakening front here, bringing some light rain up into the Kuskokwim Delta, down across the Alaska Peninsula. Had some moderate rain today with gusty winds at St. Paul Island and the Pribilofs there, and that extended down into the Alaska Peninsula. Kind of a cloudy, damp day there for the eastern Aleutians. And rolling that through again, you can see this system kind of rotating here. This batch of clouds streaming east-southeastward in toward Bristol Bay. And for the forecast for tonight, we've got low pressure here just near Sand Point there in the Alaska Peninsula, with some light precipitation over the southeast Bering Sea. Another low there near the Pribilof Islands with widespread areas of low clouds, fog, drizzle, light rain, showers, you name it there from St. Matthew Island down across St. George into the eastern Aleutians. And for the North Gulf Coast, a trough here sliding northward keeps a chance of rain going from the southern Kenai Peninsula, Prince William Sound into the northern southeast coast. And isolated showers and thunderstorms here over the eastern interior, slowly diminishing through the evening. And the forecast for Wednesday, again, thunderstorms, areas of pretty good precipitation developing here over the central interior areas, with some rain chances all the way down into western or eastern Cook Inlet here, western Cook Inlet, I should say, and the western Alaska Range. This trough keeps cloudy skies, light rain showers for the Kenai Peninsula and North Gulf Coast. Links up over the Barren Islands with the moisture from this system that'll bring rain, periods of light rain, again fog, drizzle, IFR to Kodiak Island, and that extends into the northern panhandle, a little bit drier to the south. Drier here to the west with a few sun breaks there all the way up maybe to the north slope. And a weak low pressure area out over the Bering Sea keeps showers going here from St. Matthew Island down across the Pribilofs, kind of enhanced along that front, swinging across the Fox Islands there in toward the Alaska Peninsula. Isolated showers over the central Aleutians, high pressure out to the west there on Thursday. Really dominates the western Bering Sea, making for light winds out in this area. Dry conditions, isolated to scattered showers along this trough that's dropping in toward the eastern Aleutians and Alaska Peninsula area. And another trough up here brings showers and maybe some thunderstorm activity. Mostly showers though, and areas of rain actually here from over the southwest interior with a low center, and showers, thunderstorms up along the Koyukuk Valley into the southern Brooks Range eastward there across the upper Yukon Valley. Drier, possibly partly sunny skies here coming up for Cook Inlet into the Susitna Valley, Copper River Basin, but this system keeps it wet over Kodiak Island, and again spreading rain up into the Prince William Sound areas, and still a chance of rain, cloudy skies over the southwest interior, northeast Bristol Bay, southern Kuskokwim Valley, drying out over the northern panhandle, but still pretty showery down south Prince of Wales Island, Ketchikan, areas from maybe Petersburg, Wrangell southward in toward Misty Fjords. And then you can see this front just rotates right in, brings some more rain in Friday for the southeast coast. Next sends all up along the North Gulf Coast. You can see it kind of just barely moves northward here, bringing an even better chance of rain into Prince William Sound, southern Kenai Peninsula. It stays wet over Kodiak Island, main weak low center just to the south. And again, some pretty good precipitation of this front over the western interior, or I should say this trough axis over the western interior, all the way up into the Brooks Range there, and thunderstorms over the eastern interior. Otherwise, big high pressure area, light winds, storm-free conditions out over the Bering Sea with no precipitation except whatever falls out of the low clouds and fog in the form of drizzle out there. Otherwise, pretty quiet conditions. And for the lows tonight, 40s and 50s here over the interior areas, mostly in the 50s in some areas, falling into the lower to mid 30s along the Arctic coast, and 40s Copper River Basin, 40s south central Alaska to Kodiak Island, lower 40s in the Aleutians, and in the 50s for the southeast coast. Highs tomorrow, you can see cooler. The heat waves ended here up over the interior, especially even northeast interior, but still into the mid 70s in some locations there. Otherwise 60s in the Tanana Valley, 50s and lower 60s south central Alaska, mid 50s Kodiak, 40s and lower 50s for the Aleutians, and 40s for the Arctic coast, mid 60s in toward the north slope though, and upper 50s to lower 60s for the panhandle. Lows right around 50 for the southeast coast, 40s to near 50 here southern Alaska, and upper 40s to mid 50s in the interior, with 30s again for the Arctic coast, lower 40s in the Aleutians. Thursday afternoon highs 65 to 70 here, Koyukuk Valley, or actually from the Kobuk Valley all the way over in toward Fort Yukon up to Arctic Village again, and 60s for the Tanana Valley, and 60s lower to mid 60s here for southern Alaska, mid 50s Kodiak Island, and 50s to near 60 for the southeast coast.